Now don't you scroll past this moment, you hear me? Whatever you were fixing to do, whatever tab you was about to open, whatever distraction was tugging at your attention, let it wait just a spell. Let everything wait. 'Cause what's fixing to be spoken over your life in the next few minutes, it ain't no accident. You didn't just stumble onto this video by chance. Nah, you were guided here. Your fingers were moved, your eyes were directed. And before we go any further, I need you to understand this. This message carries weight, it carries fire. And if you stick with me till the very end, something's gonna shift in your home tonight. Something no human hand could ever arrange. I know you're worn down. I know that kind of tired that sleep just can't fix. The tired that settles deep in your bones, makes your chest heavy, even when everything looks fine on the outside. You've smiled through more pain than you can count. So much so your face has learned to lie for you. You've said, "I'm fine," so many times you almost believe it yourself. But I see through every mask. I hear every sigh you let out when no one's watching. I gather every tear you've shed in silence in the dark, when the whole world's turned its back and you felt like the loneliest soul on this earth. You've cried in bathrooms. You've cried in cars. You've cried while cooking dinner, folding clothes, even pretending to watch something on a screen just because you didn't want no one to see the storm brewing inside you. And I want you to know, none of those tears were wasted. Not one of them hit the ground without being counted. I kept every single one. There were nights you wondered if I even cared. Nights when the pain was so sharp and the silence so loud, you thought maybe heaven forgot your address. You prayed, and it felt like your words just bounced off the ceiling. You begged for relief, and it seemed like nothing changed. And in those moments the enemy whispered his cruelest lie. He told you were abandoned. He told you your suffering meant nothing. He told you you weren't special enough, faithful enough, or worthy enough to catch my attention. And part of you, even if you never said it out loud, started wondering if maybe he was right, but he wasn't. He's never been right about you. And tonight, I'm fixing to prove it. Your name wasn't first spoken on this earth, it was spoken in heaven. Before your mama ever held you, before your daddy even knew you existed, I called your name in the courts of eternity and declared something over you that shook the foundations of darkness. I said, this one is mine, this one carries purpose. This one will walk through fire and not be consumed. This one will be hated by the enemy because of what I placed inside him. And that's the truth you ain't never fully understood. The attacks you've endured, they were never random. The betrayals, never casual. The losses, the setbacks, those strange patterns of things falling apart right when they should be coming together, none of it was coincidence. You were targeted because you carry something dangerous. You carry a light the enemy can't replicate, a calling that threatens his plans, a destiny that disrupts his kingdom every time you take a step forward in faith. That's why the fight's been so fierce. That's why folks broke away from you in ways that made no sense. That's why doors slammed shut just when you thought you were about to walk through. That's why people who once loved you turned cold without a word. The enemy's been working overtime, trying to wear you down, confuse you, make you believe the pattern of your life means you're cursed, when in truth, it's proof you're chosen. Let me say that again, 'cause you need to feel it deep down in your spirit. The resistance you've faced ain't proof of rejection. There's proof of election. You were chosen for something, and the darkness knows it, even if you ain't fully grasped it yet. But here's where everything changes. I sent Michael, not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. The archangel who stands in my presence, commands armies of light, and ain't never lost a single battle in all eternity, has been dispatched with a special assignment round your household. The enemy camped at your door, the one bringing confusion into your marriage, sickness into your body, anxiety into your mind, lack into your finances. That enemy's been served notice. His time's up, his access revoked. And the turnaround you've been begging for ain't coming someday off in the distant future. It's coming tonight. It's already in motion. By the time the sun rises, you'll feel a change you can't explain, but you won't be able to deny. And now I need you to understand something most folks never learn. There's a war being fought over your life, and it follows rules, ancient rules, spiritual rules set before time began. Most of my children fight blind because no one ever showed them how the battlefield really works. They pray but don't know how to seal what they're praying for. They believe but don't know how to activate the authority I already gave them. And the enemy uses that ignorance against them every single day. That's why a guide was written called The Seven Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the call of the chosen. This ain't just words on a page. It's a map for spiritual warfare that teaches you how to wield the same power Michael carries right against the battles you're facing right now. The link to get this digital book is at the top of the comments, the very first pinned comment you'll see. This content challenges everything you've been told your whole life, and there have been folks trying to keep it from spreading. But it's here now, 'cause it was meant to find you at this exact moment. Download it right now and write in the comments, "I am chosen," and I'll download the digital book. Let that declaration be your first act of war tonight. Now that you know these weapons exist, let me tell you what I'm fixing to do with your past. Every delay you experienced wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Every door that closed in your face wasn't rejection, it was protection. I was keeping you from rooms that would have destroyed you. I was blocking paths that led to traps dressed up as opportunities. You thought I was ignoring you, but I was rerouting you. You thought I was being cruel, but I was being surgical. I was cutting away relationships that carried poison. I was removing positions that would have put you under authority that had crushed your spirit. I was holding back blessings that would have arrived before you were ready to carry them, 'cause a blessing given too early becomes a burden. That season's over now. The preparation's complete, the foundation's laid, and what I'm building on top of it, it's going to make everything you suffered make sense. You'll look back at the darkest chapter of your life and see my fingerprints all over it. You'll realize the night you thought would break you was actually the night I was performing the deepest surgery on your soul, removing things that have blocked what I'm about to release. I waste nothing. Not your pain, not your tears, not your waiting. Every second of it was material I used to build something unshakable inside you. Now hear the promises I'm making over your life, and know I don't speak empty words. When I declare a thing, the whole universe rearranges itself to make it happen. I'm saying over your finances that the season of barely getting by is ending, and a season of overflow is starting. Money that was blocked will begin to flow. Opportunities that were hidden will suddenly come into view. Debts that once felt like they'd never leave, they're starting to fade away in ways you can't even explain. You're going to hold plenty in your hands, and you'll remember those days when you had to count every single coin, and you'll cry tears of thankfulness, 'cause you'll know it wasn't just luck that turned things round. No, sir, it was my hand working on your behalf. Now listen here, I'm speaking over your health. All those symptoms that been bothering you, that pain the doctors couldn't quite put their finger on, that weariness that settled in like an unwanted guest sitting on your soul, all that's being uprooted tonight. Michael's got his sword of restoration, and it's swinging right over your body right now. Healing ain't coming later, healing's already here. You'll wake up tomorrow and feel something different deep down. Your body's gonna respond to this word, and you'll know heaven touched you while you were sleeping. See, I'm speaking over your relationships too. That loneliness, it's ending. The right folks are coming your way, not the ones who drain your spirit, not the ones who use you, not the ones who try to keep you small so they can feel big. No, I'm sending you covenant connections. People who share your fire, folks who'll pray with you, fight beside you, and celebrate your wins without a speck of jealousy. Some of them might already be closer than you realize, but you couldn't see them because the fog of the struggle was too thick. But tonight, that fog's lifting, and your eyes are going to start recognizing the faces I picked to walk this next chapter with you. And I'm speaking over your mind, that peace you lost. It's coming back. The middle of the night worries, those racing thoughts, the fear of what's ahead, the replaying of past mistakes, all of it's getting quieted down. I'm setting a guard over your mind tonight. No dark thought gonna get through. You're gonna sleep deep, wake up clear-headed, and that mental torment that made you feel like you was losing yourself, it's gonna be a far-off memory that don't hold no power over you no more. Now here's something you gotta understand about who you are in the middle of all this. You ain't no victim. You ain't a casualty. Life ain't just happening to you. No, sir, you're a warrior who just forgot their rank. You're royalty living in exile. But tonight's the night you come back home to your true self. You're the one I picked before the world even had its foundations set. You're the one whose prayers moved mountains, even when you couldn't see 'em shift. You're the one the enemy fears, not because of your strength or your talents, but because of my spirit living inside you. A spirit that won't be put out, no matter how hard the winds blow. So stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop shrinking yourself just to make folks comfortable. Stop wondering if you deserve the good things coming your way. I didn't bring you this far to leave you. I didn't carry you through the flood just to let you drown in a puddle. You're mine, and what's mine is protected, provided for, and set up for glory. Now take a moment and think on this. The fact that you're hearing this message right now, right at this moment in your life, ain't no accident. It's all part of a bigger plan. Everything the enemy tried to use against you, it's about to turn into the very story that sets others free. But for that to happen, you got to walk in full understanding of the authority you carry. You got to know the ancient strategies heaven's put within reach for those who are called. That's why I'm reminding you again about the 7 swords of St. Michael Archangel, a guide that shows you how to break every curse that's followed your family line, how to seal every blessing so it can't be stolen, and how to wake up the calling that's been laying dormant inside you. Head on over to the top of the comments and find the pinned link. Download this digital book right now, because what's written inside was made for this exact moment in your walk. Drop a comment saying, "I am chosen," and I will download the digital book and let heaven record your vow. Don't wait now. The enemy would just love for you to scroll right past this and forget. Don't give him that pleasure. Your future's already being written, and it ain't anything like your past. Picture this: in the next few months, you're going to walk into a room feeling like a whole new person. Lighter, free of doubt, free of that heavy fear that used to sit on your chest like a stone. You'll talk and folks will listen, not because you're shouting, but because authority rests on your words. You'll make decisions with a clarity that'll surprise even you. Doors will open without you knocking. Calls will come you weren't expecting. Messages will confirm what you've been praying. And encounters will feel straight up orchestrated by heaven. 'Cause they are. Your home's going to feel different too. That heavy, tense air filled with unspoken frustration, it's going to lift. Laughter's going to come back. Conversations will get real deep. Even the kids will sense the change, even if they can't quite put a name on it. Your walls won't echo with fights and worry no more. They'll ring with peace, worship, and the unmistakable presence of something holy that's taken root where chaos used to reign. And one day, not far from now, you'll sit still and quiet, and you'll feel me so close it'll take your breath away. Not because anything dramatic's happening around you, but because the noise'll finally be gone, and in that silence, you'll hear what I've been saying all along: I love you. I always have. I never left your side. I never forgot you. And everything I allowed you to go through, it was all shaping you to be strong enough, tender enough, wise enough to carry what I'm about to hand you. This is your turning point. This is the night the enemy loses his grip on your household. Michael's been unleashed and he never fails. The swords are drawn. The battle's already won. The only thing left is for you to receive it. So receive it now. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let the tension ease out of your jaw. Let the tears fall if they need to. These ain't tears of sorrow. They're tears of breakthrough. This here's what deliverance feels like. This is the sound of heaven.